Great weather day today in the greater West Bloomfield area on this Monday, and it was pretty nice over the weekend too. The only thing that was a little bit wild was that Orchard Lake Road showdown between the West Bloomfield Eaglets, I should say. Oh, I'm sorry, West Bloomfield Lakers and the Orchard Lake St. Mary's Eaglets. And our very own Dave Scott was out there on the court with the team checking out the game. Good morning, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, good morning. Don't feel bad. I'm just trying to think, what is the Cass Tech mascot? And for the life of me, I can't get it.
I'm embarrassed to say it's actually just a technician.
That's right, of course, the technicians. I knew that. All right. Yes, it was a great matchup between the Lakers and Orchard Lake St. Mary on so many fronts. First of all, Lakeland High School, a beautiful facility, was jam-packed with fans. This was the district final on Friday night. And Orchard Lake St. Mary comes into the game highly anticipated to do very well in the tournament run this year. Mick McCabe of the Detroit Free Press, as we've said several times on our air, has picked Orchard Lake St. Mary to win the state championship. So West Bloomfield had quite a game on their hands and quite a foe. The Orchard Lake Road Showdown, as we've called it, with these two schools so close to each other, it made for a great night. But it got off to a really tough start for the West Bloomfield Lakers as Orchard Lake St. Mary came out, put 10 points up on the board before West Bloomfield was able to score. West Bloomfield early in the game called a timeout, no big surprise. And they pulled it back together, and the Lakers were able to come back and get, I think it was about 10 of their own, and tie the game up. And then after that, it was a battle throughout the first half. Orchard Lake St. Mary ending up with a significant lead at halftime. The Lakers come back in the third quarter, scoring 14 points against Orchard Lake St. Mary's 18 points. But the Eaglets over the evening ended up being just too much. It was, Kevin, it was tough because the Lakers want to play a very up-tempo game. Mm-hmm. And that's what they've been doing all season. And that's the same game that the Eaglets play. And the Eaglets' defense was just devastating. Lakers are trying to drive the low post, and it was just difficult for them to make their layups and find the open opportunities in the lane. Eaglets playing extremely tough on defense, and then they've got such an amazing offense that the Lakers could not compete. As it turned out, the game finally ends, the final score 68-46. But you look at that score and you think about how exciting and physical of a game this was, and it really doesn't tell the whole story. I asked Coach Todd Covert of the Eaglets if he felt the score really told the whole story.
No, that was a closer game. West Bloomfield played hard. That was like two grade school kids fighting it out, man. It was just obviously in high school, but those kids they'll remember that one for a long time.
Well, you said that when we talked about this a couple of nights ago, that's the kind of game we would have. You open up on a 10-0 terror, and then West Bloomfield fought right back. Yeah. Talk about your emotions at that point of the game.
Yeah, they have four really good shooters, and then they got, Keith, who is, he's as tough as there is in high school basketball. I give that kid a lot of credit. Whatever's wrong with his hand, I know it's not good, and that's one of the more impressive couple game performances I've seen. And I give that kid a lot of credit, man. He cares about his school, cares about his team, and give him a lot of credit.
Tough for West Bloomfield when he was fouled out, fouled out of the game. That's always tough for a senior. So where do you go from here? Obviously off to the districts. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, we'll regroup tomorrow. We'll get together tomorrow and see who we're going to play. I have no idea. But it's a great win for our school. But I give West Bloomfield and Coach a lot of credit. He's class act. Kids, we got tangled up a couple times, but I don't think there was any malice or any. Just kids got tangled up, but I think those kids are good friends, and they respect each other too.
Yeah.
That's a really polite way when Coach Covert says they got tangled up a little bit. That is a politician at work there talking about um, how physical that game was, and it was physical. But listen, Orchard Lake St. Mary's has some unbelievable talent, including Trey McKenney. I think you have to say he's the rock star in the team. Scores 26 points on Friday night. Daniel Smith with 17 points. Lakers' leading scorers were Curtis Britton with 15 and Drew Wilson with 13. I tried to talk to Drew after the game. He was really in no mood to have a discussion. No one from the Lakers were, and it just kind of gets back to the way, and we see it all the time. The way these tournament runs are, it's so heartbreaking and disappointing after winning your championship in your conference, coming into a district, winning the first district game, and then you face somebody like Orchard Lake St. Mary. Looking at it from a West Bloomfield perspective. And no matter where you fall out of the tournament, at some point you fall out of the tournament, and it's just heartbreaking. It's the end of so many things. It's the end of the campaign for the seniors, their last high school basketball game, and it just Kevin, you've been there, you've seen this, and I don't play in these teams, but you don't really have any time to prepare. It's different on like senior night,
Right.
which we covered recently on the girls' side. They know that's going to be the last home game they're going to play of the season. They walk in knowing it. It just, mentally you can get ready for it. Even as a fan, I just don't know how you prepare for a sudden death tournament loss. It's almost impossible. So there's always a little heartbreak that goes along with these games. Does that make sense to you?
No, absolutely. And I get in. We spoke to Coach Jordan on the West Bloomfield side, and they had great momentum to kind of end the season, 12-game win streak, I believe, and it was great momentum. But it's unfortunate it happens like that. But that's the luck of the draw. Someone has to win, someone has to lose. But congratulations and all luck to Orchard Lake St. Mary's, I should say. Excuse me.
Absolutely. And they are going to continue their tournament run. Let me grab my notes here. They'll be playing Tuesday, Kevin, at Milford in the initial regional game. And that one will be happening at 7 o'clock. And, they're our neighbor, they're our friend. We'll all be cheering, of course, for the Eaglets. Yeah. But, Kevin, at every game, there are multiple stories. And I always look for the side story. And at this game, I had an opportunity to talk to the principal at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, Bob Piles. Now, Bob, his wife, works in the West Bloomfield School District. Bob worked in the West Bloomfield School District for a long time. A lot of long-term West Bloomfield people know him very well. For several years, he's been the principal, headmaster, they call it there, the principal at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. So it was a big night for him emotionally. I mean, coaches know each other, players know each other, right. Principals know each other. And so I asked Bob Piles after the game to talk about his emotions.
Well, I'm the luckiest guy in the world, I tell you that. I've been in two, a great place in West Bloomfield, and I'm fortunate enough to go to St. Mary's, and I love it at St. Mary's, and so I've just been real fortunate. I found two homes, and I'm the luckiest guy.
Well, and here in West Bloomfield, very interesting, in the greater West Bloomfield area, we have these two amazing educational institutions that have great academics and amazing athletics, and athletics have brought us together tonight.
You are correct. I mean, we're in a really good situation, and we're really close to each other, and they're two great educational institutions, and and we do a good job, and they do a great job, so it's good.
Do you miss being over in West Bloomfield? From what I understand, a lot of people are missing you.
No. My wife works in West Bloomfield, so I've still got some ties to West Bloomfield. But no, I've been gone about 14 years now, 15 years, so it's been a while.
Anything you'd like to add about the rivalry, the two schools, just anything in general about education? Any final thoughts? I know it's kind of open-ended.
Yeah, but it's really about the kids, and they both schools came out and really competed. I mean, the score is really a lot closer than the score indicates. You know, what occurred here, and it's just good to see the kids out playing. You know, so it's good.
And really, you talk about the total experience with the students on the floor, the students in the stand. It was a beautiful night.
It was. I mean, you know, the student sections really make it. You know, and that's one of the things at St. Mary's that is really a great thing is our student section, and I'm always looking forward to it. And today we had two great student sections. It was a great high school game.
It was a great high school game. And Kevin, I screwed up. I should have recorded video of these two student sections because it was like a collegiate game. Like I was sitting at the Breslin or sitting, in Ann Arbor watching two great college teams going at it, and their fans were going back and forth with all the cheers that you see at a collegiate Big Ten college game. So it was a great night. So moving on, again, Orchard Lake St. Mary's will be playing tomorrow night in Milford. Game time 7 o'clock. A lot of our shift from a basketball perspective moves over to the girls. They began their district championship run here and all the way out to the state championship, we hope. Wednesday night, they're going to be at Farmington Hills Mercy, and that game kicks off at 5:30. A lot more sports. And hey, Kevin, one final thing. I just want to thank the people of West Bloomfield. What huge support for the girls basketball program. That video package that I put together on senior night, it's had like 10,000 views, which, I mean, I'm not, that isn't about me. That's about that program and the amazing following that they have. And we wish them the very best of luck in their tournament run.
Absolutely, absolutely. The love and the support that we get from the community is why we do this. We wouldn't even be here. We wouldn't be able to showcase the excellence of the team, of the school in general, if it wasn't for the community. So great turnout, West Bloomfield and Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Great job.
All right, Kevin, that's all I got. I suspect I'll be showing up at some more basketball games over the next couple of weeks. Back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dave Scott, checking in from the Orchard Lake Road Showdown between Orchard Lake St. Mary's and West Bloomfield.